right, day number 4 of the U.S. stock market 2026. Hard to believe that we're actually grinding a little bit higher here today, but I mean, I don't know. I guess it's considered a healthy market when the RSP is down 1% and the Qs are up about 50 basis points. Is it still up 50 basis points? I'm not sure. Yeah, 27 basis points. It's kind of fading a little bit. We'll see what happens. Honestly, whenever the market like plows up high like this, it's good to just let things run before you start to bring out some shorts or anything. But even if it's bringing out any shorts, like, I don't know, there really is no reason to be precedent or trying to go short here or not. I mean, you have the freaking Google is up like 3%. At least I think it's still up 3%. I haven't actually checked the price of Google in a while. Let's see over here. Google is up 2.5%. Amazon is only up 50 basis points. Actually, Amazon was up a lot more earlier. So this is actually pretty interesting price action. Lockheed Martin is down 4%. That is a massive intraday move for Lockheed Martin. Lockheed Martin does not make big moves like this, but we're going to go a little bit more into the reason why Lockheed Martin is down 6% intraday. The reason why is Blackstone still down? Blackstone's down about 5%. It actually was a lot lower earlier today once Trump released that Truth Social comment. Open Door is only down about 9.5%. But yeah, let's get right into it, guys. I mean, we don't really have much today. I think a lot of the news that has happened in the last couple of days has actually happened in the last couple of days, of course. But I think most of the news has happened in the last couple of days. The market is generally waiting for, of course, the ADP non-farm payrolls on Friday, the unemployment rate on Friday. But more importantly, what's going to happen with these tariffs exactly? Is the Supreme Court going to say that these tariffs are unjust and they're illegal and basically roll back all the tariffs, which means that we have basically no negotiation power with these other countries that we negotiated a little bit higher tariffs on? Or is it going to be a non-event where the market just sees whatever's going to happen and just continues to plow higher, which is usually what it does? So we'll see what happens with that one. We have the news from China this morning saying they're going to halt orders of H200 chips, which, I mean, yeah, that's happened many times. We have I mean, there really isn't news with Google and Amazon, but it is nice to see that these stocks are catching the bid. We're going to dig a little bit more into the margin story for Amazon when it comes to robotics, in addition to the reason why Google is probably plowing higher. And I'll tell you what, it's because that LLM is definitely a lot better than the OpenAI ChatGPT. And Trump is targeting institutional home buying, which I mentioned earlier. We're going to dig a little bit to that one. And finally, additional hits the defensive stocks. Basically, Trump said all of these defensive companies cannot buy back their stock or issue dividends. But we will see if that actually happens. A lot of it is talk, and the market reacts to a lot of talk. But once it finds out that legs are Nuckenberger, then it continues to move on. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at late markets. All right, so let me go ahead and share this screen here. Please don't tell me I'm on mute because I haven't checked in a while. I'm not on mute. I'm good to go. Okay, let's go, guys. Let's go. All right. What is going on, Midwest Cannabis? What is going on, Lena? How are you? What is going on? I don't know what your name is, but I'm definitely not going to be buying any Applied Digital calls. I'm going to stay away from those. Higher my portfolios. A lot of people's portfolios are down today. You have like a lot of random names that have been running pretty hard the last few days that are actually down today. But can you really complain? I mean, unless you're a full port BM&R, you had a great last couple of trading days. What's up, baby? What's up? Lena enters, Midwest Cannabis, Snake. All right, Midwest Cannabis, you're all over this chat. Thank you very much. Is anyone else having lagging issues? Probably not just you. For some reason, the Wi-Fi here is pretty bad. So at least if it's lagging, then you guys are just getting it late and maybe it's not going to lag. Amazon needs to chill. Amazon does need to chill a little bit. I didn't buy those calls back. All right, so I was long Amazon calls and then I sold out of it because I got stopped on it. But it's like, come on, Amazon. Come on. What's going on here? Am I buying anything today? No, I'm not buying anything today. I've been chilling for a little bit, man. I wanted to see some follow through on BM&R or at least crypto after that DAT news event that happened yesterday at the end of the stream. But I mean, they didn't follow through. In fact, they're selling it lower than where it closed yesterday. So I don't know what's going on with that one. But generally speaking, if crypto is down, that's all going to be down. Full board BM&R is dead. That's not what people were saying a couple months ago. All right, a couple months ago when BM&R was $60-50, they thought that was an opportunity. Here we are today. So you got to be very careful. It's all good, dude. Thank you very much for showing up. The Joseph Anthony. Okay, for some reason, I thought this said the Joseph Carlson show, and I was like, what is that dude doing over here? Like, does it really want to see me? I don't know. Maybe he was here. SoFi tested for new money long. Oh, you know what? Let's actually take a look at some charts here because I have not looked at SoFi in a long time. Oh, look, it's a space continuum. I really need to get a second monitor, but I'm leaving tomorrow, so is it really a point? Oh, wow, Open Door actually came back a little bit. Now, why are they buying up Open Door, but they're not really buying back? Yeah, they're not buying back Blast. That's a bunch of degenerates for you. That's for sure. Lockheed Martin almost breaks 500 bucks. That's insane. That's crazy. I mean, it has been on quite a tear for the last few days here. But yeah, they're really selling Lockheed Martin. They really think that this company is going to go downhill because of these buybacks and dividends. Which, okay, like that's either not going to come through, or it's actually be beneficial for its bottom line later on. But we'll see. Oh man, everything's fading. That sucks. SPY is red on the day, so we are not getting a new all-time high today, unless in the next 37 minutes we do get a we do move back above the what did this open at? This opened at 692. Oh, we have that's not that far away. We'll see what happens. I mean, these institutions just got to sneeze and it'll move back up. The Qs are green today, which is good to see. It is actually nice to see this higher high over here in the Qs. So we have this low made over here. We have a high, and then a little bit scary. We thought this was going to make a lower low, but it did not. Came back up. I would feel a lot better if we got back above 629 on the Qs. But I mean, what can we say? You know, I could easily just do that. We'll see. We'll see. We still haven't broken out of this reverse trend here. And in the long term, guys, we are still in a long-term bull trend. Alibaba is down below the 150s again. So I don't know what this is. I mean, maybe this is a bull flag here, right? You got a little bit of a bull flag. Can I continue this thing? Hold on. What's the character to do this one here? Alt-T, Alt-T. Where's my Alt button and my T? All right, so we got a little bit of a bull flag here. Oh, no, that's my Alt-T. Oh, my goodness. Oh my goodness. Trading View, why you got to do this to me, brother? Why you got to do this to me? All right, so we got a little bit of a bull flag going on here with Alibaba, but this is not a bull flag that I want to see. Ideally, you'd want to see like a bull flag go up like this, but kind of like consolidate up into like a little bit of a triangle here. But this is like, this looks like a trend reversal from this breakneck rally here. But I mean, who knows? Who knows? This could be a back test of these lows over here at Alibaba and then rip back up, but KWeb, yeah, KWeb is down 2%. So I don't know if it's just Alibaba, because KWeb certainly broke down when creating a bull flag. So we really need to see a change of sentiment. ACMR, though, is way different. I mean, I don't know. This company's wild. I don't even know what they do, to be honest. I think I was reading about it like a few years ago, and I just never followed through with it. But that was when it was like 15 bucks. So that's pretty insane. Pinduoduo just not doing good over here. Baidu got a little bit of a bid today. I don't know exactly the reason why, but this one's been pretty strong. This is basically the Google of China we have over here. So let's look at the mega caps. Apple just doing its thing that it usually does, being down every single day. Amazon, of course, fading, doing the best thing that it always does. Google, of course, ripping against all fours. That actually is a good reason to be ripping up. Meta, of course, selling off again. Like, great, that's awesome. And you know, the worst thing is that you're seeing Meta sell off, or you're seeing Microsoft stay green. Like, I never understand that stuff. So we actually had some news from Warner Brothers that they were actually going to reject the offer from Paramount. But I think the way the stock has been moving lately is that it already knows that Netflix is going to buy Paramount for a ridiculous amount of money, which is just, the shareholders just hate that. We had some news about the chip orders here. So Nvidia is actually still green today, which is good to see. Tesla, I thought this thing was going to be higher today after its sell-off yesterday, but I guess not. But yeah, for the most part, I mean, I don't know. This market just kind of looks like it's just chopping up right now. I mean, it made a massive move to the upside in the last few days. So what do things usually do after they make a massive move to the upside or downside? They usually just chop. They don't really do like that continuation or a massive pullback. They usually just chill out for a little bit. Oh, let's look at Nebs there. Let's look at the Nebius. Nebius is down 3%. Of course. You get us a little excited here. And no, they're not going to give it to us. Corv is down as always. Iron is down again. Everything else is just chilling near its highs. Applied Digital. Applied Digital is not that bad of a chart, actually. I'm not longing. I'm not buying anything. Guys, I didn't buy anything today. I didn't buy puts. I didn't buy calls. I didn't buy any of that. I'm not going to do any of that stuff right now. I'd rather just chill, see what happens. Because I think the market needs to figure out what it's going to do. Where is TerraWolf? Okay, just chilling up here. Yeah, so I think the market is just doing what it needs to do, right? Getting the dopamine hits. Like, yeah, the dopamine stuff is good, man. The dopamine hits from the natural dopamine. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying. All right, so We have, oh, I'm still sharing my screen. Those are my notes. I'm glad you guys saw my notes. All right, so we have the first thing we're going to go over today, the China to halt H200 orders. I actually wanted to bring this up over here. So it was actually pretty interesting because I thought it was going to be a lot worse when I saw that news. But in fact, it was the complete opposite. All right, so let me share this guy right here. Yeah, so pretty much we had China come out and say that the Chinese government this week reportedly asked some tech companies to temporarily halt plans to buy Nvidia H200 AI chips. And you have this nice picture of Jensen Huang in his $5 billion jacket. Why did he change his jacket to a shiny leather one? I don't know. That's probably like some sort of other thing. But anyways, this is from the information. The information can move the markets, right? That this is a newsletter foundation or article foundation, focuses more in tech. They have the power to move the markets. We don't know where this came from. I don't have an information subscription, but I'm sure the source was somewhat credible. The fact that it actually made it out here. But I posted this chart later. I was like, yeah, this is precisely when the news came out. Like no one believed them. The market didn't believe them. So they're coming back up. But it looks like we faded a little bit. So the market kind of pulled back to where it was when the news actually did release. But does this actually mean something? Probably not. I mean, China has this stuff all the time where they come out and they say like, look, we're not going to buy NVIDIA chips. And then like you turn around, you look at the data and it's like, well, the NVIDIA chips are way better than your chips. So like, of course you need NVIDIA chips, right? Even the H200 chips are better than like the most powerful chip out there. And I'm not being biased. It's true, right? So we'll see what happens to that one. I think the market is kind of like, doesn't really care about this noise because we've seen this happen over and over and over again. We see China say, we don't want these chips. We don't want these chips. And then Alibaba comes out and says, we need these chips. We need these chips. And it's like, who do you believe? Well, you know what? I'm going to believe the people who are actually buying the chips. The government's not buying the chips. The company's buying the chips, right? And when you have the fourth large or fifth largest hyperscale in the entire world saying they want NVIDIA chips, they're probably going to get them. And at this point, they're probably going to get them legally, which is good to see for NVIDIA's top line growth. And of course, translated to the bottom line. Again, the Chinese revenue is not priced into the NVIDIA earnings, right? I don't know. Actually, it might be priced to the stock. Who knows? But it is not on the last quarterly earnings, and it was not included in the guidance. So if they come out with $20 billion of revenue in the next couple of years, I don't think we're going to see all that this year. I think it might take a little bit of time for that to flow through. That is unaccounted for revenue that was not considered in the guidance. So that's always good news to see. Let's see what's going on. Yo, what's going on, man? How are you? How are you, DRG Ramos? How are you doing? Why is VST down 9%? Energy producers are all down. That's actually pretty interesting. Why is VST down 9%? I'm not sharing the screen yet. I just wanted to check myself. You know what? Actually, let me share the screen. This might be a good thing just to take a look at real quick. All right, so VST, I mean, this has been a downtrend, right? So you have your lower highs, your lower lows happening here. I would not buy this chart, mostly because it just keeps on trending down. I mean, some people might look at this and they might be like, man, that's a crazy bull flag you got going on here, right? With this one. I mean, it could be, but then you would have bought the bull flag here, and then here, and then here, and then you bought it yesterday because you thought it was breaking out, and it didn't. You're down 9%. Like just wait till it goes up a little bit if you really want to buy this chart. I'm personally not buying that chart. I already got my position set up for 2026, so I'm not looking to add new positions right now. There was a company that I wanted to buy, right? And it ripped my face off because I didn't join in, and that was like right here where I wanted to buy. You guys were on the stream, and I was like, man, I would buy this company, but I'm going to wait for a pullback, and that's what happens. That's what happens when you wait for just a 10% pullback. You get your face ripped off, and you miss a massive 30% rally. I mean, you know, it is what it is. We all miss those, but like, honestly, I'd rather miss something than add something that keeps going down for myself right now. That's just, I don't know, that's just the way that I am. All right. So that was the news for, how is Rubik looking? Hey, good question. Good question, buddy. Good question. How is Rubik looking? I'll tell you how Rubik's looking. Rubik's looking pretty good. All right. Up 2.7%. Now, this is another setup with this bull flag. Get a fake breakout here. It came back down, right? And I don't know if this is breaking out or not, but it's like, I do own this company. I said before that I would not buy a declining chart, but I'm not buying this right now. I just have a position that I've had open for quite some time, so I will hold on to it, right? No calls with rubric, just chilling on the position, seeing what's going to happen. I mean, if I had to look at this chart, right, I'd be like, oh, this looks like a good bull flag, like right here, right? And then it broke down. I'd be like, okay, well, that's a failed bull flag. So right now it looks like it's just consolidating in this massive range, which means that I'm not buying calls in it because there's really nothing happening with it, right? If you look at the volume here, it doesn't really mean it. Like there's nothing happening with this stock. Like, okay, maybe after this volume, it's like, okay, maybe we see something over here. This was obviously after earnings. You're going to see a lot of volume earnings, right? But when you get like these candles right here where there's a lot of volume, right? And there's no earnings around there, that could mean some institutions buying, right? Especially if it's a green day, right? If it was a red day and there was volume out of nowhere, like let's say, for example, this one, okay, well, institutions are selling, right? But you have this day where it's a lot of buying, but at the same time, nothing's really happened since then, but it hasn't really broke down, hasn't really went up, but I think that might take a little bit of time for things to accumulate and then go up. But I'm long rubric. I've been long for some time. I'll probably do like a rubric thesis video at some point, but that is a data security, cybersecurity company. Let me see what else you guys got. Let's see here. Can I look at the ASTS chart? Did I cover silver? I was never short silver. Did I talk about silver? No, I talked about silver yesterday. But I am not short silver. I'm not long silver. And you guys were here, man. I was calling out, this is a bad idea to short this silver. You do not want to short silver right now. Because if you short silver, you might get your face right. The silver did not look like a top. It didn't look like a top, and it was not a top because it went higher. And yeah, silver's down today, but like, it is what it is. When I'm like yapping that whole time, my throat gets dry, and then I get excited, so I don't drink anything, and then my throat gets drier, and then I'm like in the middle of talking, and I just like crap out, which is just what I do right now. Yo, what's up, Bionic? How are you? Okay, I'm gonna take a look at Galaxy real quick, ASTS, and TSM real quick, and then we're gonna move on, guys. Man, I really want to. Yeah, this is the same thing with software, but yeah, those are two good companies. I'm not gonna lie, those are two good companies. All right, so I don't know, man. We'll see. You might even get a chance like next week. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen with this market? All right. So let's take a look at just a few more charts left, and then we are going to move on. But real quick, guys, thank you very much for joining my channel. All 132 of you. Like I mentioned before, I'm going to be streaming on the Wolf Financial channel exclusively. I'm going to be cutting off the stream on my channel. So if you are on the Sam Badawi channel, go ahead over to what I have on the screen here, youtube.com/@wolf_financial, where I will be streaming there after I start cutting it off on the Samsolid channel. And if you are on Twitter as well, all you nice people that are on Twitter, welcome. You are very welcome here, but you're also welcome to the YouTube channel where you can go ahead and chat it up, where you can bash at me for, I don't know, shorting some stupid thing, or maybe you can like say like, hey, can I check out this chart? You're gonna get most of that through the YouTube channel. I could see it through X, but it's much more interactive on the YouTube one, so go ahead and check it out there. And there's lots of other great content on the Wolf Financial channel as well. You had Gab Blacksberg, which is the famous CEO of Wolf. He was able to ask Jensen Wong a question yesterday, so go ahead and check out that show while you're out there. So yeah, I'm gonna be cutting off the Sam Badawi streaming likely in the next couple of minutes here. And then to continue watching, you'll have to jump onto the Wolf Financial channel. So go ahead and check that out. I'll actually leave it on there. And let's take a look at a couple more charts here. So that was ASTS, that was Galaxy, and that was TSM. And it just does not want to load. TSM, I mean, the thing was on a crazy ripper. So what else is there to do here? The time to buy TSM was when it was at 278. I probably would not buy now, but you have like this pretty much resistance right here that used to be a resistance that'll probably act as support. So you usually back test it because look, you tested it, broke down, tested it, broke down, tested it, broke through with volume. And then now it's probably coming back to back test it. So if I were to do something like this, I'd probably do it like around this 310 range. But I'm of course, not financial advice. I don't plan on doing it. Just my observation. AST Space Mobile. I mean, it was on a massive run, so it's going to, of course, do its thing. I mean, it's very hard to predict this one. This is This is a $31 billion company that makes very little revenue. So you got to be very careful with these ones. I was long this one, but back when it was like 28 bucks, then I sold it obviously too early, around like $60. So of course I missed out, but I'm good. I'm good. I still caught a big move. Rocket Lab is probably the same thing. That's probably down today. And Rocket Lab is down today. Just, I mean, this chart looks amazing, but at the same time, I would not buy this chart. And the last one was Galaxy. This one's going to move with Bitcoin, even though it's a Bitcoin miner, but Bitcoin miner turn into data center. But yeah, you're going to need to see Bitcoin come back for this thing to come back. So it really is all dependent on the crypto chart, and the crypto chart just does not, like, it just, I don't understand why this thing can't go anywhere. Like, I don't get it, right? And but it is what it is, right? They're gonna keep on holding it down for whatever reason, and BMNR is gonna keep on chilling as it always is, as it always is. All right, so I am going to cut the stream on the Samsolid channel. If you want to continue watching, ladies and gentlemen, you have to go on the Wolf Financial channel that I have over there. So everyone who is on the Samsolid channel, hope to see you guys back on the Wolf Financial channel. If you're on the Wolf YouTube or the Wolf X, you can continue watching as always. So, all right, see you guys later. I'm going to continue